Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Justus Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the no half-step in hockey coverage, first, let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show. And once you're good and educated about the show, click on that merchandise tab. Take you straight to our classic logo, tee, and all the different gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets makes no difference to us. We've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance as independent, unaffiliated operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches with the Renegades. Please support us on Instagram and on Threads, on Facebook as well. And you can find us on other social media platforms, but we are exiting out of those platforms. So please, if you could just focus on the three mentioned. Also, our YouTube channel could use some support. We sure are appreciative of all of our recent subscribers. Thank you so much. Go to YouTube, search Renegades of Puck, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. That's the most important thing you can do to help out the Renegades of Puck at this time. You can also make a financial donation to the show if you'd like. We have a tip jar on the corner of the desk right over there. You can go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck at any point in time. Every dollar goes directly to helping the Renegades of Puck and our future projects, as we are currently building a new set just behind where our current camera location is. So, can't wait to reveal more details of that to you in the coming weeks and months as we head into the summer and we get that set finished up. Stick taps, love, and respect to everybody who's made a donation. Now, I know it's time for the no half-step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 967. That's right, time for show number 967. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division. After 55 games skated, they have a record of 20, 28, and 7, 47 points, has them kind of all alone in the darkness out there. On home ice, which is where their next game will take place, they have a record of 14, 10, and 3. They've scored 146 goals. They've given up 180 against. That's a goal differential of minus 34. Predators back from the Four Nations tournament with a game against the Colorado Avalanche. Now the game we are previewing here will be against the New Jersey Devils. So coming out of the Four Nations tournament with a quick back-to-back, both late afternoon games. And then Tuesday, the Predators will welcome in the Florida Panthers, and then Thursday, the Winnipeg Jets. Saturday in New York, not that New York, out on the island to take on the Islanders. And then Sunday, yes, that New York at Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers. And on the 4th of March, the Boston Bruins is where the Nashville Predators will make a stop. For the Predators and the New Jersey Devils, well, this is the final game between their two-game regular season series. It was back on November the 25th when they met for the first time in New Jersey. It was the Devils securing a 5-2 victory. UC Saros got the loss in, got pulled 26 out of 30. Wedgwood went 15 of 15. It was Markstrom picking up the victory in net for the Devils, 20 out of 22. Forsberg and LaRue scored goals for the Preds. Hischier, though, had a hat trick in that one. The New Jersey Devils at this point in the season are at 31, 21, and 6. 68 points, has them third place in the Metropolitan Division and in a playoff position currently. On the road, a highly respectable record of 16, 11, and 277 goals, scored 146 goals against. That's a goal differential of plus 31, quite dramatically different than the Predators minus 34. In their most recent stretch of 5 completed games, of course, we go back to Four Nations tournament. All the way back to February the 2nd, it was a 4-3 loss to Buffalo Sabres. On the 4th of February, 3-2 shootout win at Pittsburgh. On the 6th of February, 3-1 loss versus Vegas. On the 8th of February, a 4-0 win at Montreal, and then take the break for the tournament, come back on the 22nd with a 4-2 loss versus Dallas. Allen got the start and took the loss, 22 out of 25 in that game. When it comes to the NHL rankings among this game, let's talk about it. 2.64 goals per game from the Nashville Predators is 29th in the NHL, while 3.03 goals per game for the Devils is 13th best in the league. Goals against, 3.27 for Nashville is 26th. 2.50 per game for New Jersey is second best overall in the National Hockey League. In the shots on goal category, 29.8 for the Predators is sixth best in the league, while 29.1 shots on goal for the Devils is 11th in the league. 29.4 shots against is 26th. 26.2 shots against for the Devils is third best in the National Hockey League. So another top 10 metric, and, well, they're not done yet. On the power play, the Nashville Predators 21.2% conversion rates, 18th in the league, 33 conversions, 156 opportunities. But the Devils' power plays at 27.4%. That's fourth best in the league at 45 conversions on 164 opportunities. On the penalty kill, the Predators are at 10th with an 81% kill rate, 31 power play goals against on the season. The New Jersey Devils have an 83.9% kill rate. That's third best in the NHL, giving up just 26 power play goals against the season. So in the top six statistical metrics in team-wise we talk about, the New Jersey Devils have 4 of those 6 in the top 10, while the Nashville Predators only have 1. Individual statistics for these two teams. Philip Forsberg still paces the Nashville Predators after 55 games skated, just off a point per game pace this season. 21 goals, 32 assists, 53 points overall. Jonathan Marchessault now at 18 goals and 27 assists for 45 points. The captain Romaniossi's got 9 goals and 29 assists for 38 points. O'Reilly's at 14 and 20 for 34. Stamkos 17 goals, 16 assists for 33 points. Over on the Devils side of things, Hughes impressive, 26 goals, 41 assists for 67 total points. Bratt's at 17 and 49 for 66. Heischier, already with 3 goals against the Predators this season, has 24 total on the season, 19 assists added that for 43 points. Timo Meyer's at 15 goals, 23 assists for 38 points, and Hamilton 8 and 30 on the blue line for 38 points. In net, Markstrom anticipated to get the start with a record of 21-9-5, a 2.20 goals against, average of 9.12 save percentage. Anunin going to get the start for the Nashville Predators, but UC Saros comes away with the most recent victory, 12-23-6 on the season now for Saros, a 2.90 goals against, average of 9.01 save percentage with 4 shutouts. That's got you all set for a late Sunday afternoon game at Bridgestone Arena. The Nashville Predators closing the regular season series with the New Jersey Devils coming off a victory over the Colorado Avalanche. Let's recap what happened against Colorado. It's called the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. It's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. We were all the way back February 22nd of the year 2025 when the Nashville Predators schedule was finally resuming after the Four Nations tournament as they host the Colorado Avalanche at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines and defensemen in the following combinations: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Marchessault, Stamkos, Svechkov, and Nyquist, Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and Sissons. Your defensive pairings are Yossi and Shen, Shea and Blankenberg, Englund, and Barron. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are just 29 seconds into the game, and it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Netches. First shot on goal of the game. We'd go to the 131 mark. After that, we find Saros making a save on Wood. 2:11 in the first period. Wedgwood coming up with a save on Sissons. That's the first shot on goal of the game for the Nashville Predators. 2:35 now in the first period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Nathan McKinnon. 3:53. Wedgwood, a save on Tommy Novak, plus the follow-up by Luke Evangelista. Evangelista. 4:31 now of the first period. UC Saros coming with a save on Drury. 7:04 of the first. Saros comes up with a save on Wood. 8:55. Saros a save on Parson. And a lot of former Predators involved in this game for the Colorado Avalanche. And then we hit a bit of a lull after a fast start to the game and a lot of shots on goal. We find ourselves all the way at the 13:46 mark now of the first period, where Wedgwood comes up with a save on Forsberg. And then at 13:59, the other end of the ice, Saros comes up with a save on McKinnon. And then things slow down dramatically. We don't have another shot on goal for the final 6 minutes of the first period. At the end of 20 minutes of hockey, Colorado outshoots Nashville 11-8. No penalties, no score. That would change, though, at 1:13 of the second period. On the clean sheet, it's Malinsky coming up with his second goal of the season, putting the Colorado Avalanche ahead 1-0 and breaking through. It's a heavy shot from the top of the circle, and this eludes UC Saros as Malinsky puts the Avalanche ahead. But immediately afterwards, 1:44 now of the second period, it's Barron responding with his fourth goal this season. A heavy shot through layers of traffic. Never had the opportunity to be stopped right there. The netminder never saw it. 1-1 hockey game here in the second period. 3:03 of the second period. Now UC Saros comes up with the save on Cale Makar. 6:14 of the second period. Saros comes up with a save on Nathan McKinnon at the 9:55 mark of the first period. UC Saros comes up with a save on Malinsky. And we're halfway through this game now. We find ourselves at the 10:25 mark of the second period. It's Wedgwood coming up with a save on Tommy Novak. 11:55 of the second period. Wedgwood comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. And we get our first penalty of the game at 12:25 of the second period. It's Brady Shea off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. This play occurred immediately off of the faceoff. UC Saros would have to dial in and go to work. A big save on Lehkonen. Then another save later on during the power play. Again on Lehkonen. The Colorado Avalanche would have a lot of zone time, some good control. But the Preds would do an excellent job blocking shots, taking away opportunities, and then UC Saros would stop everything in the end. 15:05 now, the second period. UC Saros coming up with a save, and then it is again just like the first period. It is a very small amount of action, very low event hockey for the final 5 minutes of the period, as we would not get another shot on goal. At the end of two periods, we have a game that's tied at one apiece. The Colorado Avalanche are out shooting the Nashville Predators 22-15. So the Preds 8 shots on goal in the first period, only 7 shots on goal in the second period. We hit the clean sheet of the third period. 20 minutes to decide this one. 42 seconds in. It's UC Saros coming up with a save on Nathan McKinnon at the 4:20 mark of the third period now. Saros comes up with a save on Parson at the 5:03 mark of the third period. Saros coming up with a save on Wood. We hit the 9:11 mark of the third period. Teams playing it tightly. That's when Marchessault comes up with his 18th goal of the season. It was a rebound off of the end wall. Shot from one side of the net, banked perfectly off the end wall, out the other side. Marchessault still has to make a good hands play right there to finish it off, but he does for his 18th goal of the season. It gives the Nashville Predators a 2-1 lead over the Colorado Avalanche. The 11:52 mark now of the third period. UC Saros coming with a save on McKinnon. 14:05 of the third period. Saros comes up with a save on Makar with the glove at the back post. Impressive save right here by UC Saros under a lot of pressure in this third period. 14:30 now of the third period. Saros comes up with a save on McKinnon. 16:32 of the third. Saros comes up with a save on Malinsky. And then at 16:50 of the third period, O'Connor hits the post, and after hitting the post, the puck hits UC Saros and then finds its way out. 17:36 mark of the third period. Lehkonen's off the box. 4 minutes for high stake, and this would be the first penalty against the Colorado Avalanche of the game, and the first power play for the Predators. It comes at an opportune time. The Avs do get the empty net scenario, so they end up with the extra attacker on, but it is a 2-1 final in favor of the Nashville Predators, as the Colorado Avalanche are never really able to mount a significant attack there in the final minute plus. The Predators selling out everywhere, giving up the body, blocking shots, getting in the way of pucks, and getting timely clears just when they need it. Led by the captain, Roman Josi, the Predators finish this game off 2-1. Shots on goal at the end of this game. The Colorado Avalanche 32, the Nashville Predators 17. So the Predators only 2 shots on goal in the third period, but one of them goes in the net by Marchessault. It ends up being the game-winning goal. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. The Nashville Predators, back from the Four Nations tournament break, come away with a Barry Trotz era-like win against the Colorado Avalanche. Score 2 goals and hang on for dear life. UC Saros comes up with some big saves there in the third period. Saros goes 10 for 10 in the third after going 11 for 11 in the first period, only giving up 1 goal in this game. So the Nashville Predators come back from the break with a victory on home ice.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Now let's do some analysis right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. UC Saros got the start in this game coming out of the Four Nations break. Yes, he went up against some significant competition, and I suppose that boosted his confidence. All I know is he looked pretty good for the Nashville Predators in his return to NHL action. 31 out of 32. He gave up one goal against, and he was strong as the game was put on his shoulders. I say that because the Predators only generated 2 shots on goal in the entire third period, and only one after scoring what would ultimately be the game-winning goal. So 10 out of 10 in the third period, 11 of 11 in the first period, only giving up one goal against. I felt that he was tested against some of the best in the NHL, in Makar and McKinnon, regularly in this game, and he was up to the test. So UC Saros picks up his 12th victory of the season coming out of the Four Nations tournament break. Jonathan Marchessault with a goal in this game. It ends up being the game-winning goal, his 18th of the season. He is 3 behind Philip Forsberg for the team lead, also at 18:47 in time on ice. Great reaction, hands play on the game-winning goal. The shot from out high, intentionally banked off of the end wall, comes out the other side to Marchessault, but it came out hot. He had to first stop it, then corral it, then put it into the net, all while he was being tested by a goaltender and a defenseman trying to get back in the play. So Marchessault, a really high, skilled, all-star level play right there to give the Nashville Predators the lead in this game and ultimately the game-winning goal. Barron had the first goal for the Predators. He also had 3 blocked shots. That was one of the themes of the night, was blocked shots and defense for this Predators team. 1936 of total time on ice for Barron. And for Barron, nothing too complicated right there. He just stepped into it. He goes ahead and rips the puck. It finds its way into the net. Colton Sissons picks up an assist and also a 2 shots on goal. Cole Smith picks up an assist in this one. And then it was Luke Shen picking up an assist. So you see the Predators' hardworking players really getting some reward in this one in a very low-scoring, somewhat low-event game. I mean, the Predators only generated 17 shots on goal for the entire game. All right, that's going to do it for the analysis. The box score will reveal more. We'll get to that next, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up episode number 967. Great to be back in the trenches with each and every one of you Renegades. Hope you caught our episode over the break. It was a very special episode, number 966, on the Nashville Red River Spartans and their history of 3 seasons. Somewhat of a documentary about the junior team here in the Middle Tennessee area. If you missed it, it's available on our YouTube channel, and it's always available everywhere. So go check that out as well. We'll get back to Preds coverage here with the box score, the good hard numbers, and more in just a second on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in Renegades of Puck podcast. That was our good friend Stripe Digital Solutions. Sure to appreciate all of our partners that are sticking with us for another season of Nashville Predators and local hockey coverage. Here, let's get into the box score. Marchessault and Barron were your goal scorers for the Nashville Predators. When it comes to assists, Colton Sissons, Cole Smith Roman Josi, and then Luke Shen. So 3 of the 4 assists coming in this game from hardworking blue-collar players out there on the rink. Your third, fourth line, and bottom pair defensemen picking up points in this one. When it comes to shots on goal, 3 was the high, and that was by Tommy Novak. 2 for a handful of other Predators, Evangelista and Forsberg. Also Colton Sissons. England had 2 shots on goal. But for the Nashville Predators overall, they only generated 17 total shots. So hard to find much better than 3 shots on goal when the team itself only has 17. Tommy Novak, I thought, was really good in this game. He was very active. Block shots, 3 of 5 was the high number by the captain, Roman Josi. All the way up to the buzzer in this game, the captain, Roman Josi, was doing the hard work and selling out, giving up the body blocking shots, and 5 total blocks for the game. Certainly indicates how hard he was going out there. Justin Barron had 3 blocked shots. Jankowski had 2 blocked shots. Nyquist had 2 blocked shots in this game as part of the 21 total block shots. Real team effort towards defense and blocking shots in this one. It was very old school Predators mentality. When it comes to the physical component of things, 4 hits led the way, and that was by Englund. His first game as a Nashville Predator out there on the blue line. He delivers 4 hits in this game. 2 from Shen, 2 from Svechkov, 2 from Stamkos as well, as part of the only 15 hits in this game. When it comes to your time on ice, leaders 20-22 for Ryan O'Reilly, 18-47 for Jonathan Marchessault, also at the game-winning goal, 18-03 for Philip Forsberg on the defensive side of things, 26-31 for the captain, Roman Josi, and then it was 21-24 for Brady Shea, 20-05 for Nick Blankenberg. The Predators' defense really putting up a solid effort in this one. The Predators' power play, 0 for 2, but a little caveat asterisk on this one. That power play didn't come until the final minutes of the game. It was a double minor. The Predators had the lead, had no interest in scoring. The Avalanche had the extra attacker with the net minder pulled, so it was actually more even strength. Preds did fire the puck at the empty net plenty of times, and that would have been a power play goal if they could have figured that one out, but they were unable to. So the power play going 0 for 2 is of limited concern for me in this game, considering where it took place and the circumstance it played out under. But the power play time on ice leaders were 131 for O'Reilly, 131 for Marchessault, 130 for Forsberg, 142 for Barron and for Josi. On the penalty kill, the Predators 1 for 1, and it was penalty kill time on ice leaders. Jankowski at 109, Colton Sissons at 59 seconds, Cole Smith at 43, the captain Roman Josi at 122, and Nick Blankenberg at 107. The PK again 1 for 1 in this game. Face-off winning percentage, 53.1% for the Predators. 15 hits, 21 block shots. The block shots were an impressive effort and storyline throughout this game, even up until the final couple of seconds of this one. 9 takeaways, 12 giveaways. Overall, the Predators played a very close to the vest, old-school Barry Trotz style game from the earliest years of the Predators, coming out of the break to get their skates under them. UC Saros seemed to be dialed back in the net. And for the Predators, you heard a lot on the broadcast, and you heard a lot coming out of the Four Nations break about what was their identity going to be for the final stretch of games this season. I mean, there's nearly 30 games to go in this season. So the new you, well, the new you is the new team identity is solid D, blocking shots, and winning the Barry Trotz way. For those of you who go all the way back to the beginnings of the franchise, remember when Barry Trotz was the head coach, the Nashville Predators were famous for getting ahead by 1 and then hanging on for dear life and letting Thomas Vokoun do all of the hard work. Last night's game was very reminiscent of that entire age of Nashville Predators history. And for the Nashville Predators, if they want to go down the final stretch, 25-plus games, play it tight defensively, block shots, play aggressive, play physical, then that's just fine as long as it's part of the future development. The results at this point in the season don't really make a difference. Of course, you'd like to win on home ice. That helps sells jerseys, helps sells tickets, helps our show get views and clicks. But it's not necessarily imperative that you pick up victories at this point in time. If the new identity is back to the old ways of Barry Trotz-style hockey, scoring 1 or 2 and then hanging on for dear life and trying to get those points, well, the Predators in today's NHL will not find themselves very successful doing that. But they can start to work on some things for the future, and that's exactly what I'm going to continue tracking right here on the show. Listen, great to be back from the Four Nations break. Of course, everybody tuned in. The viewership for that was massive. It was fantastic. The players took it seriously. The amount of injuries coming out of it are a little bit of a concern, but I'm glad to see how hard the players got after it. I'm glad to see how many people tuned in and enjoyed it. There were fights, there were big hits, there were highlight reel and spectacular goals. The games were, for the most part, close, and it was a very, very fun overall event. Look forward to that happening again, but you need to expand the field. They've obviously already addressed that and handled that. A bigger field in a tournament like that just makes things that much better. So the Four Nations tournament, it's a success. At the end of it, unfortunately, a couple of players not being able to return to their NHL clubs is going to give GMs and maybe some agents and players some hesitation in the future. But I think if the players have their say, they continue playing it that way, as opposed to going back to the old ways of a very, very boring and lame all-star game type format. That's going to do it for operation number 967. Sure to appreciate you jumping in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. We've got another game coming up for the Predators on Sunday, late afternoon against the Devils. We'll be back in the trenches first thing Monday morning, breaking it down and delivering you episode number 968. Missed you guys. Appreciate everyone coming back from the break and being ready to go for the final stretch of the season. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.